Hey guys, we're back with some more, The Letter. Almost a Dice Ire. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but, I've been reading that on my own time. I'm at the end of the second round right now on it. It's pretty good. I'll check it out, especially if you like a Fate Stay Night. It's shooty as heck. Anyways, we're on Marianne's route. I recorded like an hour ago, decided to start doing the House of Fata Morgana, and, it's pretty good. What else am I gonna look at? There's something I want to look at before I, Oh yeah, right. CGs. Okay, Luke and Marianne saw the letter. Okay. That's something I forgot if Luke and or Marianne saw it. Spooky ghost. Okay. Anyway, I wonder why we didn't get the second memory fragment. This is just an assumption. I think it's possible that because I could have gotten Hannah's good ending. Like maybe her getting possessed / dead is scripted in like every scenario. I don't know that, but we didn't get a skull for her, so. So we're 201. Oh, we just won in the wine cellar, right? This isn't gonna end well. Going down a flight of stairs while wearing high heels is always a bad idea. Going into a creepy wine cellar that's probably also a torture basement, based off that memory fragment, is never a good idea either. Sending into the dark underground only made it worse. But I managed anyhow without any major slip-up.
Actually, stairs need work, that's for sure.
That might have been the attic. I remember looking at it and there's like the handle there, you know? Surprisingly, the wine cellar is in good condition. No water damage from last year's flooding, apart from the dust and cobwebs that have accumulated. This will likely hold for several more years. Racks and barrels line the wall, making the spacious room look smaller than it is. No expert, but it looks good enough for immediate use without further additions. Bloody Whiskey will be having a field day. Think so anyway, until I feel something crouch up beneath my feet. Whatever few bottles were left behind here are now nothing but glass under my heels. The cat's fault, I'd wager. They made a downright mess, with red slick pooling from the remnants of a good drink. There's a lot of the stuff for it. There's a lot of the stuff for it to have just been a few bottles, though. A whole trail of it flows from the end of the room, and I follow, fully expecting a leaking barrel or a whole upturned rack. Instead, it just keeps on going, and it stops in a large bottle at the very back wall.
What a waste of wine. Why is it so sticky, though? Ugh.
It's thick, too. Nothing like wine. Of course, could just be mold.
Maybe it's not wine. Go on, touch it. I dare ya.
Hey, Ghost Girl. What's up? This is my stand. Well, Marianne's stand. How far into? Wait. Yeah, we're more than halfway done. Despite it all, I find myself answering. This is her voice. Amy Lorianne. Okay, so it's not Hannah. Lovely Amy. Pretty Amy. Can imagine her standing there with me, laughing and pestering me as I did my work in the only way friends can. Oh, hold on. I want to read Hannah's journal again. Just studied hard. Never mentions where she went to school, so. She was my friend, the only one that I had at St. Samthon's. I assume she's dead. As a scholar, the charity case, the school for privileged and prestigious young girls. They all look down on me. If they care, don't look at me or acknowledge my presence at all. All except her. So, I'm willing to assume this is just an hallucination rather than a ghost. Sometimes I wish for the good old days when we were friends. Now, that's just nothing but a ghost. I try so hard to get over her. I really do.
What am I, 5 years old? Oh, damn it, it's stuck under my shoe.
I double dare you. Hell, I double dog dare you. Don't be such a scaredy cat. It's probably wine.
Probably.
What else could it be? Blood?
Yeah.
Don't be ridiculous. Why would there be blood down here?
If I was the joking sort, I would have said it might be the reason why the previous owners sold the place. Maybe the ghost stories are actually true. They wanted to get away from the walls that dripped of ectoplasmic goo and whatever the other ghouls haunted about. I don't know if I brought this up, but I mentioned that Isabella should probably go to the hospital to get her head checked, after hitting it. And, seeing ghosts. And, well, Marianne, the same thing applies here, actually. Doubt it. Hardly believe in any of that voodoo nonsense as is. But as I stare at the mess at my feet, probably looking like a fool while I'm at it, I notice something strange. It is invisible, unless one is really paying attention, but I can see the red gunk seeping through a crack in the wall.
What's this then?
Worry about the structural damage and damage to the foundation. Worry about the wine cellar, so the wrong conditions can lend to the deterioration of its contents, if temperatures and humidity are not controlled. Up until I see how clean cut the crack is. It runs along the edge of the wall and vertically along it, where a door would be. Pressing my hand against the wall leads credence to the idea, to try to feel where it would give way.
Ooh, could it be an adventure then? A secret passage. There must be a hidden switch somewhere. Go look. This is the most interesting thing you've done by far.
If there's a hidden room there, it could certainly explain the discrepancy in the mansion's floor plans. Wouldn't it be too far-fetched to think that there could be hidden rooms and passageways all over the house, for following that logic? Boy, isn't that exciting? It feels like something straight out of a game. Suddenly, she touches my arm and I flinch away in shock. That shouldn't be possible. I understand auditory hallucinations, maybe even visual hallucinations, but that was...
You look surprised. What's wrong?
You? That's not possible. You're...
dead.
Aren't you happy to see a dear old friend, though? I'm hurt, I am.
Did that branch or... No.
What the hell is going on here?
Oh, isn't it obvious? I come back for you, so that we can be together again.
When she touches me once more, I recoil. What does she mean, together again? She's dead.
No! Leave me alone!
I want to check something? Oh. What color are Hannah's eyes? Okay, they're blue, I thought so.
Leave you alone? But I just got here.
Turning around, I met with the Great Butler. Looks at me with an indifferent look. When I look back, Marianne's is gone.
I wasn't talking to you, just thinking aloud is all.
You should really avoid talking to yourself, Kint. Do more of that and others will think you're insane.
Don't worry, I am.
Yes, thank you. Is that all you're here for, or has your master sent you running down here for something?
Oh, no, I am just down here to admire the place. I've not been inside before. I thought I would look around before we return to the city.
So Johans is evil. Everyone who isn't a protagonist is evil, right?
The car is already running, you see, and I suggest you go back to the foyer, unless you wish to be left behind.
There's nothing to suggest that anyone's evil except, like, the ghost and, you know, the two people who owned the house beforehand, given the memory fragments, but... well, that's not true. The professor gave a really odd, you know, kind of vibe back in Zachary's route. And Johan just kind of feels, you know...
It seems you are in good company already, after all, with this house and your imaginary friend.
So, you see, he was like, oh no, she went down to the wine cellar. That's where I keep my secret room, whatever's in there. And so we had to stop.
Wait, we're leaving already? But I haven't finished inspecting the rest of the house.
Be that as it may, there's a sulking man-child up there who wishes to go home. We are all subject to his whims, lest he throw a tantrum.
Can't help but smile at that. He's a strange guy. So I can't imagine how it can work for a guy like Luke Wright, though. Imagine the blonde jerk. God, an easy guy to get along with. Whatever the Butler's having to tolerate that. I want 10.
And we wouldn't want any soiled knickers or spilled milk. Why don't you go head on and I'll be right there.
Very well. Do be careful on your way back. I saw some broken glass on the way and it would not do to cut yourself on them.
I will, yeah. Just tell Mr. Wright not to blow a gasket or anything. I'll be just a minute.
Speaking of blowing gaskets, there's something else dangerous here. Whatever's behind that door, it could pose some problems. Best case scenario, and only your own good stocks of wine. But who knows what's behind that false wall. I'll have to come back to it. Ah, come on! It's already dark as we make our way out of the mansion. I mean, there's probably a ghost back there, so maybe it's for the better. There's no lights, we're only illuminated by the headlamps of the Great's car and the stars up above us. Such of them helps me compose myself much more than several minutes of being alone did. The car's engine is running, yet the two still stand out on the lawn. Mrs. Wright is busy, eyes up to the stars. Mr. Wright, arms crossed, has his eyes down on the ground. It's the crunch of the grass under my heels that brings their attention to me.
About time. What took you so long? A minute longer and I'd think the house swallowed you all up.
Oh no, the ghost did.
Oh, hush, dear. I'm sure she has her reasons. Marianne doesn't seem the sort to idle.
Sorry, I was just checking on something important.
See, business is business and they take time, love. You should know that better than anyone. So, Marianne, what do you think? Are you the woman for the job? I know we already signed papers hiring you, but I want to be 100% sure that you are committed.
Like, can she just back down now and the ghost stops bothering her? Glance back towards the mansion. Knowing what I had seen there, that curious thing in the wine cellar, which is stuff I've only read about from hand-holding horror stories. Did the branch happen? Yes, it did. Oh, no. We're not at that yet. Looks like there's 4 different endings here. Although I imagine, you know, this branch is probably so-and-so dead. Or maybe Hannah, you know, possessed. But you know what I mean. And her. She felt the slightest bit hesitant. I was lucky. I've seen enough films to know what happens when a homicide-kiss, I said that right, woman enters a haunted house. So, she hasn't actually seen the ghost yet. She's only seen Ghost. What's her name? Ghost. This is my chance to turn it down, make excuses, so that I'm not up to the task, that I need to take care of my old sick father. Just pay the fine, which is probably outrageous for a contract like this, and let it go. Should turn it down. But for some obstinate reason, I can't. Because the story wouldn't continue if you did. In the same manner, I haven't let go of her. The regret that has shadowed me since that day. Much as I hate to admit, even to myself, seeing her again, the mischievous glint in her eyes, the loose tendrils of her hair curled around her forehead, something I've terribly missed. Now that it's here, almost within arm's reach, Father would tell me, sometimes you simply have to go through with it. Consequences be danged. Pardon my French. And well, maybe they don't have any logical reason to say no. At least, not something a client like the Wrights would want to hear from a professional designer.
It's certainly an interesting project. You can be sure I'm seeing it through the end.
Such dedication! Oh, I do love the determination.
You were always determined like that, weren't you?
Shut up, Ghost! Shut up, Eva! Hearing your voice once again sends a chill down my back. Can't wait for this day to be over. Marianne examined the ground floor upon arriving at the mansion. With Luke Wright barring her entry into the music room, she headed to the wine cellar. Ghost from her past visited her there. Despite that, she gave her word that she would see through the project until the end. So, is her looking like Hannah just a coincidence? Or what's Hannah's maiden name? Do we ever learn that? Hannah Wright me Is that me? Nah? I don't. There's an accent above it, so. From the mansion and through Anselm, I rode with them in silence. But as soon as we hit the city proper, I asked to be dropped off and bid them good night. That'd be best if I didn't stay too long in confined spaces with either Mrs. or Mr. Wright. Both seemed to cause me serious trouble, and if the project had been any less interesting or grand, I would have dropped it without a second thought. Would have. Shouldn't have. Won't. I assure them that my place isn't that far off. I have to fight off the urge to roll my eyes and groan when whiskey throws me a little smirk. But even in my own home, peace is elusive, as is sleep. I lie awake, thinking of what I saw in that mansion, of who I saw. If I so much as hear a single whisper from her, if I so much as see a whisper of her hair, I'm afraid I'll go mad. But none of that matters. Wait, happened? Or none of that happens. It makes me feel hollow. For 2 nights, I've had trouble sleeping. It's only one morning, and fatigue has already let me rest, then I'm reminded of what terrifies me so. October 26th, Wednesday. We're back to fun, dreamtime, like fire wisp things. I don't know what to call these. My restless dreams, I see that mirror. The one in the study. In it, I see her. I see them. Lorianne and Hannah. Hey, can you move the hair, please? Hannah and Lorianne.
Poor pathetic Marianne. Work, work, work.
Is this a mirror or?
She'll work herself to death.
See? She doesn't listen. That's all she did. Look at what happened to me.
Wait, 26th? Okay, they move in this day. They talk among themselves, with cruel smiles and venomous tongues. Or rather, to themselves. Two heads, one body. A horrible mocker of this woman. As if they're the one and the same. Oh, do they? Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess they do. There's no...
More's the pity. Life goes on and goes out, and she doesn't even see it.
Do you think she'll even realize when she's kicked the bucket herself?
When they say a person has a hard time telling when they're in a dream, they'll sure often enough. Even with this bizarre sight, even with the obvious implication that this isn't real, can't help but feel distressed.
Likely. Is that any way to live at all? She might as well be dead.
Cruel fate that she's alive and I'm... well...
Though they speak into each other's ear, tongues low and hushed, still hear them as clear as day. Their whispers pervade the air, heavy and oppressive. They bury and dig into my head like tiny maggots, worming their way into my skull. It's only then that they take notice of my presence. Hey! Eyes turn towards me and I can still feel small under this scrutiny. Am I gonna get jump scared? Caricature smiles etch onto their faces, mimicking each other grotesquely.
Oh, Marianne! How long have you been standing there, dearie?
Come join us, Marianne. We won't bite.
I think they're going to bite.
Unless you ask, that is.
Have you been looking at us? Spying? How scandalous. Such a naughty girl.
I'm sure you were just waiting for something lewd to happen.
Yeah, please.
Weren't you?
Be my guest.
You know she will not admit it. She thinks it wrong. You've said it so yourself.
Yes. She thought me wrong, impure, abnormal, because I loved her.
Oh, hey, you can close your mouths. My breath hitches. I open my mouth to protest, but they stop me, screeching. The mirror that holds them cracks. Lines spider across its surface.
Do not lie. We know the gluttonous thoughts you try to deny, girl. All those desires you bury beneath that sickening guilt. You act the martyr when you turn the bed you lie in into your own hedonistic hell. You are nothing but a tainted soul with filth-stained flesh held together by falsehood and pride.
They look livid. One of them looks like they would lunge. I wake, feeling like the wind had been knocked out of me. And then the next line, there's a jump scare. With a groan, I squinted to find a certain fluff ball sitting on my chest, looking as pleased as a punch. Hey, Four. It's not Four. That's Valhalla reference. She's the overlady of the cats. I need to cough. Sorry. She's queen of despair and destruction of nice furniture. Well, I can't stay mad at her majesty because it feels like she did something good this time. She's having a nightmare. Still can't remember what it was about. Trying to recall leaves a terrible pit in my stomach. Maybe it's probably better that I don't remember.
Good morning, Baruthiel. Who's the good kitty?
Where are we? Still 8 here.
Are you hungry? Is that why you woke me up?
Content purr comes from my sweet dear before she jumps off the bed and trots towards the kitchen. On the other hand, it takes me a bit more before I roll out of the bed and start my day. Mornings before work is always a quiet affair. Shower first, then a mug of coffee and a bowl of oats. Sometimes I do stretches. I always check my work email. The Rats will be moving into the mansion today. I don't think the paperwork is officially done yet, but it isn't too far-fetched to think they are allowed to start their move, despite that. Rich people like them will always find ways to get what they want, after all.
I'll be leaving you again today, Beth. So you behave and make sure not to shred up my new covers, okay? And don't worry, I didn't forget tomorrow is Black Cat Day, so I'll throw you a party.
Who throws their cat a party? It's,
But only if you behave like a proper lady.
She barely gives me a glance as I say that before going back to her own food. Cats. Still better than humans, most of the time. Too bad I have to work with humans. I don't know, I think I'd rather work with humans than cats, honestly. The place is already busy as soon as I get to here. The foreman, one that I recommended to the Rights for his work ethic, is early as usual. Already, he's instructing men here and there with bigger loads. I have no choice but to talk to him as Mrs. Wright appears and greets me with a smile.
Mrs. Wright, I hope everything has been to your liking thus far.
Good morning, Marianne. It has been delightful and these men have been very helpful. Look at all this. It's so busy here. I'm getting tired just looking at them go.
No complications so far with the movers or the previous owners of the mansion, I hope?
If anything, the only one being problematic is Luke, if I'm to be honest. He can be such a diva, but I do like that about him.
She stops, looking up at the upper landing where Mr. Wright comes through the two other movers in the mirror from the study.
Oh, do be careful with that mirror. We wouldn't want anyone getting hurt because of broken glass. Why are you even having it carried around?
Oh? You did say you didn't want the mirror, and I keep getting distracted by it. If I'm going to turn the study into my office, I'd rather not have it there. Where can we put this?
Well, you are not putting it in our room. Why don't you go, I don't know, put it in the wine cellar for now? We can figure out to forestall it in the attic or somewhere else later, yes?
You heard her, boys. To the cellar it goes. Mush!
The movers bring down the mirror one step at a time, no matter how much the man tells them to hurry. And there's gonna be like a ghost in the mirror. That unsettling feeling grows in my stomach as I see our reflection in the bloody thing. That's the mirror from my dream. Oh. That's the one she saw, well, Hannah saw the ghost in, right? Like near the beginning of her round? Oh? Okay, this automatically happened. Wonder why. Mrs. Wright only shakes her head and laughs at her husband's antics as they take the mirror out of here. He's back in it soon enough, pointing the men here and there. I'd say he's the man with the plan. It sort of interferes with the layout and design that we've agreed upon before. I'm about to point it out, but...
It's better you let him realize his mistakes on his own, rather than tell him of them. That way you do not get blamed for his actions. It is more fun, too, to tell him, how does they say it? I told you so, once he slips up.
Been working with him long enough to know that, huh?
It's not like I plan to make too much of a fuss. That's what he changes is actually crucial.
It happens often enough, when one is made to accompany him nearly all hours of the day.
Up, higher! Come on now!
Still, he can at least be less pushy about things. Oh, didn't this scene happen on Hannah's route?
Careful now.
Similar?
I know your pictures are framed by cheap plastic, but those are framed by African blackwood and are one-of-a-kind commissioned paintings.
Yeah, I think he actually said that exact line, then.
Each one is easily worth a lifetime of what you lot make.
Surprising how hands-on he is compared to the usual clientele. Well, Hannah's not in this scene, though, so... Well, the both of them are, actually. It's refreshing to have them participate, despite their initial reluctance.
Luke, do the dishwashers go into the kitchen or the butler's pantry?
Pantry, Buttercup.
Yeah, I remember that conversation.
Careful, that's Emma. No, you there, put that down. You do not manhandle a Napoleon Abueva.
He really needs to tone down the dramatics a notch. Mrs. Wright and the butler look like they're used to it by now. The rest of us, well...
Sweetie, why don't we go and sort your suits upstairs? Let your Hans and Marianne and the foreman deal with the rest of the work.
We have this, Mrs. Wright.
Yes, please do go before a blood vessel bursts. Bloodstains are so troublesome to clean.
There's an obvious sense of relief as Mr. Wright is dragged out of the room, leaving the movers to do their work in peace. Some grumbling even comes from some of the younger workers. It's a good thing the family butler isn't some blindly loyal tool to his boss. So there'll be trouble with Mr. Wright.
He is such a bratwurst. Whiny baby who never got enough hugs from his mutter.
Probably lost in translation, and not that I'm condoning talking about someone else behind their back, but I think you meant to call Mr. Wright a horrible brat.
Well, he is that too. There are a lot of things I can call him, but I mean to say that he is a big weenie.
You can't call people that! This is going on YouTube!
A childish name for a childish person. Like a child, he whines when he doesn't get what he wants, and he breaks the toys that he has.
That gets a laugh from me, as well as a few from the movers linger near. He and I carry boxes, instructing the movers where they should be, and generally taking over Mr. Wright's work. Goes off without a hitch. The man is helpful, efficient, capable of physical labor, despite his clean-cut appearance. Gentleman to boot, taking boxes from me when he sees me struggling with them. Speaking of boxes...
Hey, one of the boxes for the kitchen is missing. Has anyone seen it? The one with the pots and the knives.
The bratwurst had it brought upstairs, thinking it was for the attic.
The attic.
Why would he... Oh, never mind. I'll go get it.
And Johan... No, you see, the only reason we know that is because Johan said it. Johan is a ghost. Why even bring a box of pots and knives to the attic? That means it's ridiculous. There's probably no point in making sense of what he does. He just does them because he can. I'll go, no dead end. Oh, no more dead ends, actually. Okay. Well, except for, you know, actual dead ends. As it turns out, that I don't have to make it all the way up to the attic. The mover, probably on Mr. Wright's orders, left the box on the stairs.
At least it's not that heavy.
Managed to hoist it up without too much effort. The time it takes for me to do that is long enough for me to overhear an odd conversation I could. Never in my life, imagine coming from a couple like the Wrights.
Well, if you're not careful, I might go a bit loopy and I'll start bringing cats home. And soon enough, one day you'll find yourself going home to a farm just filled with felines that follow you everywhere.
Oh, don't bluff. The things would shred up your precious furniture. Besides, you don't even like cats.
True, true. Dogs are infinitely superior.
Oh, now Marianne hates Hannah
But
now.
what about the wet dog smell? The mess. I'm not cleaning up after a mutt, no matter how cute. If you think about it, a cat would be better.
For once, I'll have to agree with Whiskey on... Stop calling it that! This one. I can live with Mrs. Wright being a dog person. As amusing as this conversation might get, it shouldn't be caught eavesdropping on... or stacking out on the job. At most, I should be looking at ways of possibly soundproofing certain rooms. Perhaps bringing it up if they don't realize the lack of it. Really should move on. Duh. No matter how bizarre the conversation might get, I really must go. Not to mention, just standing here, and I have no more reason to order just feels wrong. When I have no more reason. Besides, the magic word here is privacy. I respect that. Keep it in mind, I won't have a guilty conscience float to the brim with the secrets of the rich and famous in my hands. I forget what they talked about in that conversation. Did Hannah's go up? And I don't know if Luke's moved. Take the stairs 2 steps at a time. If I wasn't in danger of getting stabbed by my baggage, if nobody else was in the foyer. As Johannes takes the box from me, and they give him a small smile. There's no reason to gossip about a peculiar conversation of his employers. Probably heard much other things from them. It doesn't seem to be a cat or a dog person either. As soon as they follow him into the kitchen, he raises a hand to stop me.
Nine, I know you are a very skilled architect, and I have seen your work.
Well, what could that mean? Look.
But this shall be my kitchen, and I shall fix it according to my wishes. Yeah?
Well, it's your job.
Kind of weird. Anyone would think that pots and knives are supposed to go anywhere but the kitchen, huh?
Oh, no, they're meant for the torture attic. Common mistake. Well, you see, I'm master of German. I speak other languages. That is his job.
I assume he's gotten them confused. It wouldn't be the first time.
Confused? How does that even work? I understand covers, carpets, or even curtains getting mixed up. Hey, I'd even understand pots being mixed up with silver decor. But knives?
Oh, he has a collection of ornamental ones from his father. It takes them everywhere he goes, wherever he moves.
Oh, is he going to say German word, or...?
I guess that makes sense. A bit. Still odd.
Merely shrugs before going back to work. Movies work efficiently, even when they're left alone. They do quick work of their responsibilities. The head foreman comes, standing in the doorway, to consult me on this or that. I have to go help out every now and then. They pretty much have everything up to standards. Skip lunch entirely, not even realizing when they do so. Nevertheless, all is well as the butler gets to heating up the leftover bubble and squeak for breakfast. Makes a generous batch of fish and chips for them. Most likely in comparison to what he serves to the Wrights. Well done, then.
That smells good. Want to wrap up some for me to go?
It's an ideal observation more than anything. My thoughts, as they are, preoccupied.
If there are any left, one can't go wrong with fish and chips. Everyone loves them. Even my husband. And he's American.
Really do hate getting so up close and personal with my clients. It's a distraction. It's obvious to me that I've gotten my priorities all wrong when I can't help but think about what I heard. What I learned about the Wright couple. These things have a way of creeping up on a person. Thoughts, ideas, whether they're fact or fiction. To creep up and fester, crawl and write a way that twists. Hear giggles, delighted at mocking. To creep up and... Sensation of fingers ghosting briefly on my arm, causing me to freeze and hiss.
Don't!
I have expected her to be there. Look, can you stop being crazy, Marianne? I'm trying to get you through this.
Whoa, no need to scream bloody murder. It's just me. Quiet down before you break glass.
Oh, okay, it's an actual person, okay. Or it's just whiskey.
Don't do that again. Ever.
I don't like being scared. I don't believe in the likes of spooks. Being startled is not one of on the top of the list of things Marianne liked. So, we're pretty close to the end. I feel like I either have to call it here or keep going all the way. So I'm going to call it here. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.